Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody today? So glad you're here. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see if someone jumps on. When you do, say hi, or if you're watching the replay, let me know, do hashtag replay. So while we're waiting for you guys to jump on, let me get some things ready here. So I got some fun stuff planned for you guys. So I'm so excited to be sharing with you my business. Chalk Couture is amazing. So I'm just gonna run through this. If you guys have questions or comments, please leave them. And then when the live's over, I will go back through and answer your questions. Starting today, we're going to be going live every night between now and next Friday. That will be September 11th. And so I put a poll out on the party. Let me know what time works best for you guys. So I'm on the West Coast. I'm in California. So I think most of you are probably Eastern time. So there's about a 3-hour time difference. So I want to make sure it works for you and it works for my schedule too and my family, since we're all crazy around here. So so anyway, a little bit about me. My name is Stephanie Roy Sizemore. I started Chalk Couture last July. July 1st was my my sign up date to become a designer, and I have been like nonstop ever since. You guys, this is so much fun. So have you ever gone to like the craft stores or been to someone's home and you see all the cute little sayings on the chalkboard signs or on the wood pieces or whatnot, and you're like, oh, those are so cute. But then when you see them at the store, they're like, so expensive. So I'm always too cheap to buy stuff like that. They're so expensive. So when I started seeing this, I was like, maybe I can do that, because this is like something I can do on my time. I can do it in the colors that I want on the background or the surfaces that I want to do it on. And it's something fun because my youngest daughter, Kaylee, she just turned 12, and she loves to chalk with me. I'll come home from work and she'll be like, Mom, can we chalk? So we'll go grab something and we'll chalk. So you'll see, I'm gonna probably do something with her so you guys can see that, how she does it. She's amazing. I mean, her little brain, she can do these wonderful color combinations, and just the way her mind works is just fantastic. And so this is great for fun for kids. I do all kinds of workshops. So if you're interested in getting some of your friends together, whether you're local or far away, we can do it here in my house, or we can do it at your house. We can do it online via Zoom or Facebook. But we'll figure it out. So that way we can all do this together, because you guys, this has just been an amazing, amazing thing. So I've been married for, just celebrated my 17th anniversary with my husband this summer. I was married before, and I have 2 older kids. Caitlin is 25, and she is married, been almost married 4 years. Next month will be 4 years. My son Christopher is 21, and then of course my young Kaylee is 12. So I'm a dental hygienist. I work full-time here in a dental office close to my home. So I clean teeth, been in the business for 34 years now. So it's been a great career for me, but as I'm getting older, I'm getting tired, my back, my neck, my arms, all that kind of stuff. So this is gonna be a great thing for me to kind of do as I start pulling back and retire. So I'm super excited about this. I don't know how many of you have heard of Chalk Couture before. I know there was a lot of first timers in one of my posts. So basically what Chalk Couture is a DIY crafting that you can do at home. And we use chalk paste, we use ink, and so I'll be showing you guys how to do that throughout the week. We'll be pasting, we'll be inking, we'll be etching, we'll be doing a whole bunch of different things just to kind of show you the neat things that we have to offer. So the first thing we're gonna do is, sorry, my ring light's kind of making that bright, but this is a board and base. This is a double-sided chalkboard that we're gonna use here. I'm gonna do 2 little projects for you guys. And it comes with the board here, and that actually is where you put your chalkboard in, so you can stand it up, which I think is great. So you can do all kinds of different things with the board here. You can leave it the way it is. I've known people that will stain it, they'll paint it, they'll chalk it, they'll do all kinds of things. So you don't have to leave it just like this. All right. So you can do pretty much, you can bedazzle it. You can put ribbons and bows on it. You can do pretty much whatever your little heart desires. That's why this is such a great craft to do, because it's your imagination. This little chalkboard here is a 5x7 size. So it's going to fit our size A transfers, which are also the size 5x7. So you have double sides, so you can do something on one side and the other. What's nice about the board is you can do things that stand up this way, or you can do things, it's a little stiff, you can do things this way too, okay, and have it horizontal. So whichever way you like to do it is totally fine. The only thing I do recommend is when you are doing this, that because there's about a 1/2 inch or so there, that when you put your transfers on, I'll go over those in a minute, that you keep that in mind, that you don't put the transfer too far down, because 1/2 inch of that is going to sink into this piece of wood here. So you want to make sure that you're lining everything up kind of close to the top. Okay, so let's talk transfers here real quick. So this here is our size A transfer. It is a 5x7 size transfer. All of our size A transfers are $9.99, so it's very cost effective, very fun. We call them transfers, so it's a little bit different than probably what most of you are familiar with the stencils. So Chalk Couture has named these transfers, so it kind of sets us apart from the Cricut crowd. They're kind of the same idea. They are sticky on the one side, so it's going to stick onto your surface. But ours are made out of silk screens. So the silk screen is where the white parts are, and that is what allows the chalk or the ink or the etching material to go through to create your patterns on your chalkboard sign. So they are reusable. So if you want to use this on the chalkboard, and then say you really like this and you want to do a banner for Halloween, or if you wanted to put it on your shirt or a backpack or whatever, you can do that. So all you have to do is just wash it with water, and it's simple. You can just go through and wash it off and let it dry, and it's ready for its next use. So so you don't have the one-time use like the stencils are with the Cricut. So that is really cool. So once you buy it, as long as you take care of it, they say 8 to 12 uses. So I know for a fact that I've used some transfers, like when I do my welcome porch leaners, my porch sign welcome signs. I mean, I've used those at least 20 times now, and they're still working great, because I make a lot of porch signs, and I do workshops and stuff, and people have used them too, and they're still going strong. So you're gonna get your money's worth out of it. So it's not like you use it once and toss it in the trash. Okay, so when you first open up a transfer, you saw that they come in these cute little packages. There is a little seal on here, so you just stick it back in there when you're done. It tells you on the back, gives you instructions on how to do your pasting and how to care for your transfer and stuff. So and it also tells you what it is. So this particular transfer is Something Wicked This Way Comes. So obviously this is one of our new Halloween transfers. So one thing I always like to do, I have used this one before, so I've already written on the back, but I always write on the back side what the transfer is. So that way, like today when I'm using 2 different ones, I know which one goes where. Okay, So that way it makes it easier to pack things up when I'm ready to put everything away. The next thing we want to do is we want to fuzz the transfer. And the reason why you want to do that is these are, as you can tell, they are sticky. So we want to just pick up a little bit of lint before we put it onto our surface, so that way the transfer doesn't stick too hard. So when you peel it back, that some of this green part stays behind on your actual surface. So you just want to fuzz it just a little bit. The things that you'll really want to fuzz really good are like when you're doing something on glass or metal or something like that. You can, if you don't have our fuzzing cloth, these are really great little mats that are made for us that we can fuzz with. They're double-sided, plus they're great to put the transfers back on so they can dry or whatnot. But yeah, you can put these on your clothing to fuzz, your jeans. If you have a kitchen towel, you can use those as well, because you want to take care of these transfers. Since they are reusable, they can stretch. You know, this is a silk screen. So, so you can see how that's going to stick on the board. And notice I lined it up on the top and I lined it up on the sides, and I left that part on the bottom so it can go into the wood. All right, so that way it's not going to cover up my design. Okay, now the next thing you'll want to do is I kind of go over my transfer with my fingers just to make sure that everything is pressed down, so that way you have a good seal. So I know I've gotten in a hurry sometimes, and I think if I just wipe it really fast that it's gonna work, but yeah, I get that bleeding through, and we don't want to have to go back and clean things up. But you know what, guys, if you make a mistake, the chalk is wonderful because it is water soluble. It's water based. So if you mess up, you can just spritz it with some water, wash it off, and start over again, which is kind of fun. So anyway, so what we're gonna do is these are our jars of paste. These are 3-ounce jars. We also have chalk singles, so if you just want to get a project and pick your colors, we have singles that you can purchase by themselves. That's something new that just started with Chalk Couture. And the way you apply your paste is by using these little squeegees. They're so cute. These are the mini squeegees. They are very flexible, so when you put the chalk paste on here, it will smooth on your transfer really nicely. So they're kind of, I don't know if you guys can see that, how it kind of is beveled and it kind of goes down here. So that allows you to kind of scoop it up and apply it to your board. And when you put it on your board, you want to make sure that you put enough paste on there that you're covering all of the now right now they're dark because of the chalkboard sign behind there. So what you do is just put all the paste on there and then scrape off the excess and put it back into your paste jar, because you can use it over and over again. So that's one thing that's really nice with the chalk paste or the ink, is you put it on there, wipe off the excess, put it back in your jar, and it's ready to be used again. So for this one here, what I thought we would do is use the green shimmer olive for the top and the bottom pattern, and then we'll use the new shimmer plum for Something Wicked This Way Comes. I think that'll turn out really pretty. The shimmer plum is a brand new color that just came out in our fall catalog. So it is a beautiful shimmer. I don't know about you guys, but I am a total shimmer girl. So absolutely love it. They just brought back the shimmer olive. It was on pause during the spring because they use this a lot for the Christmas and on the holiday, you know, Thanksgiving and harvest stuff. So they just brought this one back too. So this is another shimmery color, which is really awesome. So let me go ahead and open this up. Now, I don't know if you guys have tried Chalk Couture before, but if you have, just so you know, they have redone our paste, our chalk paste. So this is a brand new formula. It's called the Creamy Dreamy paste, because the paste that we had before was not creamy and it was not dreamy. It was a headache. I'll be real. When you get this now, it's super, super creamy and it's very easy to apply to your board. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to squeegee it on and you're going to squeegee it off. Okay. So I'm just going to take some of that paste. You can kind of see how I did that here. And then I'm just going to kind of put it on here. You just want to be careful because right now we're going to be using 2 different colors. You just want to make sure that you're not kind of going so much that it kind of goes all over your other pattern. But you just want to just apply this on here. Now, one thing different from the regular paste versus the glittery paste, the shimmery paste, is that when you go to squeegee it off, you don't want to squeegee it off so much that it takes the shimmer away. So see how much I have left extra here? So I'm just going to put that right back into my jar. And then I'm going to just start squeegeeing this off. I'm going to put that back in there. Okay. Now I wipe that off really, really good so you guys can see the difference. So you can see how I chalked that on there. But again, I want to make sure that we don't do it too much. So I'm going to put a little bit of this back on here. Okay. So that way when we take this off, you're going to see all that pretty little shimmer underneath. But the other thing too that you want to do is when you're doing this is when you're taking the extra paste off, sometimes it'll leave like little lines. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Can you see those lines? You want to make sure that you take care of all of those little lines. And that way everything's nice and smooth. Because when you take your transfer off, if you've left those lines on there, it's going to show up on your wording or on your pattern. And I don't think anybody really wants that. So you just kind of want to make sure you are just mindful of that. Because once you peel the transfer off, you won't be able to smooth it out because the silk screen will be gone. So let me just cover this back up here. We want to keep the jars nice and keep them closed because they will dry out. If your jars do dry out, if you have an older paste like this one I've had since last year, so it's not quite as creamy dreamy, but because it's a shimmer, it is still more creamy than the other paste was. What you would do is we have these awesome little spritzers and I fill it up with some distilled water, squirt a little bit in there, and then I mix it up. I'll show you how I do that here. We have all these great little tools that are so helpful when we are chalking. But let me finish getting the paste on here so I can peel this off before I go into that, because this chalk is drying. So we want to make sure that we get it on there and get it off before it dries, because if you leave it on there too long, it'll dry on the silk screen. So when you peel your transfer back, you'll be peeling the chalk along with it, and there won't be any design left behind, or it'll be splotchy. So you definitely don't want splotchy. So let me smooth this out a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And I just take a little bit more of that paste, and we're going to do the bottom now. You guys see that okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and squeegee off this extra here. Not too much, I'm just kind of dragging that across just very gently, very lightly, just so I can get the bulk of the paste off of there, okay? All right, put that there. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift up. I'm gonna get it started on one side and pull up. You never ever want to pull from one direction. That's how your transfers can get stretched, and then it won't work when you go to use it again. So you either want to pull it from both sides like this. Actually, I'm gonna go back and put a little bit more here. So yeah, if you are doing this and you see a little spot that maybe didn't come out quite good enough, you can just lay it back down and do it again and just kind of brush over it just a little bit. It's totally fine to do. It's better to do it now while the transfer's on there than to wait, because then you'd have to dry your transfer and then stick it back on there and then do it again. So let's see, let me get this side a little bit better. So this green paste, you can tell it's just not as workable as the other side. There we go. Perfect. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the backing, I'm going to put this back down here. And then I'll show you guys in a moment. I actually forgot to fill up my jar so I could show you how to wash. But yeah, so here it is. Something wicked this way comes. Uh-oh. It's a little wet right now, so you can definitely see all that pretty shimmer. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our dryer. If you have a heating tool, embossing tool, or a dryer at home, hair dryer will work too. You can just use it so that way you can dry the paste. So with the glitter paste, it's going to take just a few extra minutes to dry, but you want to do it to where when you touch it gently that you don't have any paste left over on your fingers. Usually if there's wet paste somewhere, I find it. So you always want to make sure you dry it, because we're actually going to flip this over and do the other side in just a moment. So, but yeah, that's pretty much how easy it is. It just didn't take very long to do. If I was doing it by myself, you know, not having to show you guys how to do it, it probably would have been less than 5 minutes to do. So I think these look, I love the shimmer. Now when our chalk paste dry, it turns into like a matte finish. So one thing that's super cool is that when you do these types of things, if you want, after Halloween, if you want to get rid of this and do something else, you certainly can. Just spritz it with some water and wipe it off and do it again. So this is dry. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip it over, make sure I have the right direction, so we can do the next one. So this next one we're going to do is from our Christmas time collection, and it is the December 25th transfer. Again, this is a 5x7 or size A transfer. Okay, so let me get my pen out. And we're gonna just write on here December 25th. Okay, now these here are our transfer trimmers. So these are really nice to cut the silk screens. So I'm just gonna cut on these lines here. And then we have the two different leaves and the berries. So I'm gonna cut those as well. And sometimes like something like this where you have two different leaves, but they're about on the same size paper, what I'll do is usually I'll hold it up to the light and I'll just draw it. So that way I remember which one goes where. And trust me, I don't know how to draw very well, especially in the air. So just do this. And that way I know how to put these back on, because once they're cut, you know, sometimes it's hard to line things back up. So that way, this way it makes it a little bit easier. All right. Okay, so let me show you. So I showed you the little mini squeegee. We also have a small squeegee. so you guys can see the different sizes. So this is the one I just used. And then I have this small one. And then we have our multi-tool, which is a great tool to have when you want to stir things up, because the way this is bent right here, it will get into the bottoms, the sides of these jars really well when you need to stir. When you have a brand new jar, you definitely want to stir it because the water does separate from the chalk. So you want to give it a quick stir so that way you get a nice even color when you're pasting. And then we also have the detail tool, which is even smaller. So this one here is great for like when you're doing little tiny small things, like say the berries or little flowers or just things that are in little tight spots. And then on the other end of the little detail tool is this little thing here. And this is great. So if you have a little spot maybe that maybe you bled over a little bit, you can kind of take it and you can kind of scrape it off. Or if you need to dot something, you can do that as well. So this is a very handy tool. I use these constantly, so I really love them. These are the new artist tool set that we just got in our catalog. So we have a paintbrush and we have a smaller paintbrush, and then we also have this tiny little squeegee here. That's again like the detail tool. So that way it gets in the little tiny spots. And then this one here is kind of like it's kind of spongy, but it's hard. So if you need to shadow something or drag something out to, you know, blend it in, this is the new tool for that. So I've been using these like crazy. These have been a great asset to our line. So, okay, again, we want to go to the top. All right. So we're going to do December 25th. This transfer here is brand new. So we're going to put this on here and we're going to chalk this one. We're going to do the candy apple red for Christmas, and then the meadow, which is the kind of the Christmassy green. So I think I'm going to do December 25th in the red. And then for the little leaves that we have over here, we'll do the green, and then we'll do the red berries in the center. So this transfer is a little bit stickier. So we just want to make sure we get that on there real good. And then just kind of position this up here. Here we go. Again, you just want to make sure you go around this whole thing. Get some of that pretty candy apple red. Look how beautiful that is. So pretty. And we're just gonna chalk this on. See how nice and easy that goes on? Love it. Oh my gosh, you guys. I haven't done this one. I've been excited to do it. I've seen this done on like lanterns, and it is so pretty because it's small and narrow, and you can do this like on the glass part of the lantern. All right, that's perfect. So I'm gonna wipe this extra off. Okay. There we go. Actually, let me turn this around so you guys can see it. Now, sometimes when you see these little patterns, they already have like little things in them to where it kind of makes it look like it's kind of old-timey-ish. So you'll see like on here, you'll see that there's like little holes in the red. Kind of makes it look like a little bit more rustic. So so don't panic if you see that. So let's put that on here like that. Put that aside. We'll go ahead and dry this real quick. Now this is the regular paste, so it will dry a lot faster than the other. And then want to also, if you are using a bigger transfer and you're using your heater, make sure that your transfer isn't too close, because if you get this really hot, it will melt. And we don't want to ruin our transfer. Okay. So you can see it just doesn't take that long to do. So let's see how we're going to do this here. Get both of these on here real quick. Okay, so we'll do that. Take a little bit of the green. Let me make sure I push that down good. Put a little bit of your meadow on there for the green leaf. There we go. And take that off. Cool beans. Put that back there. Let's dry it a little bit. Come here, Casper. Casper. We have a brand new puppy, and she is playing with the kitty right now, but doesn't realize that the kitty is a lot bigger than she is and has teeth and nails. Come here. Come here. Casper. Come on. Come here, little baby. Where are you? Come here. I see her, she just ran by me. I'll show you guys in a second if she slows down a minute. Come here, Kona. Come here, Kona. She's too interested in the kitty cat right now. So yeah, I raise Boston Terriers. So I just had a litter of 5 puppies that left last Friday. So it's been a lot quiet here, but Kona came along on Thursday. So she has been keeping us very busy. You know, I'm wondering, since I have some room, I wonder if I could do, well, let me dry this real fast. Come here, Coco. Yeah, I'm just kind of playing with this, guys. So I'm gonna put this right back down here and see if we can, let's see. Give it some extra little depth here. And just, I don't know, I'm just playing with this, you guys. So, and if we don't like it, guess what? We can just take that off and no harm, no foul. There we go. I think you guys see what I'm doing here. I think we'll try doing the big one over on this side, and then we'll put the berries in the center. I think that'll be cute. So as this dries, you guys could probably see that it's pretty light, and then it kind of darkens a little bit once it's dry. And I can see it as the heat hits it. You can see it just kind of harden and set up. All right, so let's put this one right over here. Come here, little coconut. I know you see the kitty over there. Silly girl. Yeah, she's like the puppy. She's 9 weeks old. She is totally fascinated with the cat. And, but yeah, the cat's used to playing with my older Bostons. One in particular, she's a year old now. And it's hilarious watching them. They just roll around on the floor and play. It's actually really cute. But with a brand new puppy, I don't want the cat sinking his claws into my little baby. So, I'm not sure if you... What do you guys think? How's that turning out? Is that looking okay? I think that looks really cute. And we'll still have that bottom area open to put your board in, so that way it doesn't hide your pattern down there. I think that'll be great. Okay. And then let's get these little berries ready. Now these berries we're gonna set right on top of the greenery, probably right down in here. Let's see how that looks. So, dun, da, da, da. So yeah, so you guys can pretty much see how easy this is to do. Oh, that looks good. I like that. That is super cute. Woohoo! Look at that. I think that is so pretty. I love it. Then you could get some cute little ribbons or little jingle bells or something that you can decorate this with to finish it off on the one side, and then you could do something else on the other side for the Halloween side. Yeah, guys, I really like this. This turned out really pretty. December 25th. Can you believe it? It's coming. Coming, coming, coming. And then we have Something Wicked This Way Comes on the other side. Come here. Come here, coconut. All right, let me grab my water, and I'm going to show you guys how to clean this really fast, okay? So that way you guys can see how easy this is. Let me fill up my dish with some water. I apologize, I forgot. So you can clean your transfers in your sink, or I have these little bowls that I like to use, or I also like to use cookie sheets, and that way I can just lay it over my sink and wash everything. Let's see, is that in there right? All right. So Something Wicked This Way Comes on here, and you flip it around, and we just got it on there just perfectly for the December 25th. So definitely that's kind of cool. So we'll just set that right there. So basically with your transfers, all you want to do is put them in some water, okay, and just let it kind of soak in there for a second. Okay, And then we have these board erasers. And these are fantastic. These board erasers are what will, if you make a boo-boo on your design, it will, you can go back and spritz it with water and clean it off. It's kind of like those Mr. Clean erasers for cleaning your house and stuff. But these will clean your transfers. So don't put these in water until you're ready to clean them. And then all you do is just wipe and just take all that paste off. I will do both sides because you want to make sure that the silk screen is nice and clean. Now, I think, I don't know if you guys caught it, but I posted in the party earlier this week about how the some of the transfers can stain. That's totally fine if that happens. It will happen. I'm just going to tell you. It's going to happen when you use these darker colors. But as long as you are cleaning the actual silk screen, it's going to be just fine. Because this red and the black and the dark blues and stuff, and sometimes the greens, they will stain, as you can see. So it's gonna stain, but yet the silk screen is actually nice and clean. So, so yeah, just kind of clean that up and it just comes right off. Same thing with the little ones. Just stick those in there as well. And we'll just clean all of those up. And then when I take them out of the water, I usually like to rinse them in the sink real quick, just to make sure that they're all free from debris. And then I lay them sticky side up while they dry. And then as soon as they're dry, I put them back on their little papers and back in their little packages, and then they're ready to go for the next time around, okay? So I think that is about it for right now. So I will be back tomorrow and we will do another project. Thinking maybe we'll be doing some inking to show off the ink, and I have a couple of projects that I want to do, so we'll probably go ahead and do one of those so you guys can see all about it. But yeah, see how the green is coming undone. So yeah, so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish cleaning this all up. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you real soon. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.